So I get asked all the time, how do you push past fear? How do you get around it? How do you get through it? And what I tell everybody, and what I tell myself most importantly, is that, you know what? I feel the fear and I do it anyways. And what I mean by that is, I can remember when I was rising in my career, I'd always go for jobs that were a little bit above my skill set. Because you want to know what? It was scary to go after that. Hey, if you're looking at my resume and it doesn't match up, guess what? I'm not going to get the job. But I went for it, and all of a sudden I would get an interview, and then I would impress that person, and I would get that job. And then I'd be really scared on day one, looking around going, you know what? There's a few things I don't know here. But guess what? I figured it out. I got past the fear, and I figured it out. And luckily, that skill set has served me well over the years. What I also do is I take contrary action. And what that means, contrary action, is when my body says I can't do something, I do it. I take the action, because what I know about contrary action is when I get on the other side of it, I'm in a much better place. And let me speak from specific fear that happens to me. I get asked to speak on college campuses all the time. And when I get booked and when I'm ready to go, all of a sudden it's the day of the speech and the alarm goes off. And guess what? My first thought, how do I cancel? Yeah, how do I cancel? I want to be out. I gotta type up the email to the professor or the person who's the head of the school and say, I can't make it, because that's my fear. And what I do is I take every little moment, 10 minutes at a time. Greg, just get in the shower. Greg, just get dressed. Greg, just get in the car. Greg, just go get a cup of coffee. And as I do that in 10-minute increments, I eventually make it to campus. I make it to that speech. But I'm telling you, every time I have to do a public speaking, I want to cancel. I want to quit. And that's my inner voice talking to me that does not serve my outer being. And so I want to give you a little story that we've all been accustomed to. Remember the high dive at the pool? All of us had fear around the high dive, right? And we sit there and we look at people go off it, and we're like, whoa, they're having so much fun. They're having so much fun. And then eventually you walked out there, right? You look down and you walk back. Right? We all walked back, and we walked out again, and eventually a friend came out and jumped with us. Finally jumped out, and we both enjoyed that joy that you have as little kids around a high dive. And then once you did it once, you're like, I got to do it again. And all of a sudden, guess what? Now you're the kid that shows other kids how to have joy, how to take risk, how to get over that fear. So I'm always asking you to ask for help around your fears. Reach out to somebody. Tell somebody your fears. It's easy. Here's what I always say. When you share, two things happen. You either cut your pain in half or you double your joy. And so make sure you ask for help around your fears. We all have them. It's a human condition, but I'm just giving you some tools on how to break through. Thanks.